Welcome to the Natural Kitchen. My name's Christine Waltermeyer, and this is a place where we talk about healthy cooking and how it can make your life better. Today, my guest is Rieko Sakuramoto. I'm just going to read a little bit about Rieko to you. Rieko is a holistic chef. She's a graduate of the Natural Gourmet Chef Training Program, as well as the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. Rieko cooks for private cooking clients, teaches cooking classes, and has catered retreats and many events. Rieko feels that it is her purpose in life to introduce wholesome, nutritious Japanese foods to American people and state-of-the-art plant-based New York-style cuisine to people in Japan. Welcome, Rieko.
Thank you, Christine. Hello.
So glad to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm so exciting.
Oh, I'm so excited that you're here, and I
Yes.
feel like I have a million questions to ask you, so
Sure.
where
Yes.
to start? I think a good place to start would be just how you became a natural food chef, holistic chef. Like, what really inspired you to become a...
Oh, um, it's hard to say in one word. There are many reasons. You know, I like cooking. I like to eat, but I can say it was one of my um, turning point was my pregnancy and became two boys mom. And also my life changed because I got divorced 6 7 years ago. So at the time I wanted to work as a solopreneur and I became a chef.
That's wonderful. So yes, so your journey of life just kind of led you there. Um, and I understand from looking at your website and just reviewing a bit about your story. You grew up in Japan, and I'm sure the style of eating was very different there. Maybe you can talk a little bit about what that was like.
Oh, in Japan, as you know, we eat more rice as a staple food, and we eat more fish and vegetables compared to the Western style cuisine. But we are more westernized, but we also eat. I can say Japanese people are more health conscious. So yeah, we care about eating. Yes.
So you care about eating kind of a nourishing, probably more plant-based foods are just naturally in the diet. I often think of America as a young country. We don't have that history and tradition that other countries have. For example, in Japan, and I know particularly Okinawa is known for that longevity diet. They talk about
Yeah.
those blue zones where people just live easily to be 100 or more, being active. And so it's very interesting that that's just part of the culture, that you grew up with.
Yeah, I think so. But people say Japanese foods are very healthy, but our generation, we are very westernized. So we eat more hamburgers, pasta. But traditionally, we eat more plant-based diet. Not only not vegan, but we eat like fish, but we eat more like tofu or something plant-based proteins more.
Yes.
And also at school, at the elementary school, the school provides a lunch for kids. So it's very, yeah, good. We have a good lunch system in Japan.
That's so nice. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't need to pack Anya's lunch if she could go to school and get sea vegetables and rice and noodles and veggies. And, well,
Oh, no, I mean, we don't cook the lunch for my kids. School
right.
provides a
That's so great.
hot meal. Yes.
A hot meal. That's so nice. Wow.
Yeah.
So now how about with being a personal chef, these days, what's it like? Give us kind of a day in the life of a personal chef, because a lot of people are intrigued by it and wonder what it's like. And I've been a personal chef, but I'd love to hear from your perspective of, what that is like.
Oh, it's fun to talk to my clients. If I work at a restaurant, it's hard to contact directly with the client customers. So it's a good point to work as a private chef. And usually I leave my house around 8 and starting working at night, and I cook maybe around 6 dishes for 5 hours, and I put everything in the container and store in the refrigerator for my clients.
Yes. So kind of start to finish, you do the shopping, the cooking, the cleanup, putting in containers, and your clients just get the pleasure of just enjoying delicious, healthy food you've made.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
That's great. So, it takes energy and stamina to be a personal chef. You're on your feet a while. And so it's great that you have, the energy doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I'm sure at the end of the day, you're glad to put your feet up and relax too. It's a workout, right?
Yes, it's a workout, but it's fun because I like cooking so much. It's like my hobby.
Yes, that's wonderful. And,
Yeah.
it's funny. I know for myself, and maybe other chefs I've talked to, it's a little bit of like, you have to be okay with your own company. It's a little bit of a loner type of career where you're by yourself in someone's kitchen. Often they're
Mhm.
not there, especially with
Mhm.
social distancing. We're, kind
Mhm.
of working alone and self-paced. So I imagine
Yeah.
you're good at that.
Yeah, it's a good point. Especially I'm a single mom, so it's very convenient to work by myself and my pace, you know.
Right. Yeah. And you have to
Mhm.
be very organized too. You can't kind of get the sequence wrong if you think like, oh my gosh, I only have an hour left and I have to make a dish that takes an hour and a half. You're in tough luck.
Yeah, that's right. But it's get used to.
All
So
right.
no worry.
Yes. Now, what
Mhm.
are what are some of the types? I know we all have like privacy with our clients, not really revealing specifics, but what are some of the types of clients you've worked with over the years? Are these working parents? Are they busy entrepreneurs?
Oh,
Celebrities?
yeah. Most of my clients are and were celebrities and who have some special diet, like vegan or paleo or gaps or yeah, something like that.
That's interesting. Yes. Yeah. And I
Mm-hmm.
know currently we're working together, and you also
Mm-hmm.
work for, busy working parents and
Mm-hmm.
families,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes people then they think like, oh, I have to be a celebrity to get a personal chef. But these days, especially with COVID, I've seen the statistics, like it's really a booming business. People feel much safer.
Mm-hmm.
We're all staying at home. Restaurants, especially in the cold weather in the Northeast, they're closing for the winter or they're just limiting seating. So it's really a safe option, a safer option to have just one person do everything. You're
Mm-hmm.
shopping, cooking, cleanup. Of course, we're
Yeah.
wearing masks and things.
Mm-hmm.
So um, yeah, I just like to
Yeah.
say that for people listening that like, what, average families, you don't have to be a millionaire to do this. It's a great investment in your health.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree that. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes. It's
So
saving your time too.
what's that?
It's saving your time too, you
Saving
know.
time. That's what I say. If
Mm-hmm.
you ask people, what is an hour of your time worth? And then you
Mm-hmm.
think, well, what the hours you're spending in the kitchen, if somebody could save you that time and
Mm-hmm.
cook for you, like that's invaluable. That's more time someone could spend with their family, with their kids, or just doing other things. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's wonderful what you're
Yeah.
doing for people.
Yes, it's true. Yes.
Is there like a shining moment, like a best moment that stands out in your career as a chef, either teaching a class or catering or chef, being a chef for families? Like, is there some moment that's very special to you?
Oh yeah, of course. If the client say it was delicious or cook me this again, this is a special moment for me.
Ah, yeah, when you know that something you've prepared, they really love and enjoy that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, how about ingredients that you can't live without? Like if we were in your kitchen, what were like maybe say if you had to say the 5 things you can't live without as far.
Yeah, it's hard to choose. But since I'm Japanese, so I cannot live without miso and soy sauce. Mhm. And also, I like to use vinegar. I like using apple cider vinegar and maybe, do you know kombu?
I love
Kombu,
combo, yeah.
yeah, that's a kind of the seaweed. So I like kombu and maybe sea salt.
Perfect. Wow, that's great. So, yeah, so like you said, for anyone listening who doesn't know what kombu is, it's just a sea vegetable. It's a type of kelp, and it's very nutritious. And I love that it gives whatever you're cooking it with that flavor, you know, and it adds minerals to it. It has like a naturally occurring form of MSG. And people often think that MSG is unhealthy and the chemical version is, but this is natural form of that. So it just makes everything flavorful and tasty.
Yes, it has a lot of umami flavor. Yes.
There you go. Yes.
Mhm.
So, what's one of your favorite ways to use kombu? Do you like to cook it with
Oh,
veggies or? Mhm.
oh, I add kombu almost everything. Yeah, even the pickles and to make the stock, to cook beans, everything.
That's great. Yes. Yeah. A little FYI tip for everyone listening. If you cook your own beans from scratch, lentils, mung beans, whatever type of beans you're cooking, and you add that little piece of kombu to it, it's going to help to make the beans a lot more digestible. And that's great for people who have digestive problems, like you mentioned, so that we don't get, like, you know, the inherent gas that people get sometimes from beans. You won't have that issue if you cook them right, like Rieko
Mhm.
knows how to do.
Yeah. Yes.
Great. And I understand you're going to maybe share with us one of your favorite recipes today.
Oh, sure. Yes. Mhm.
Oh,
So,
perfect.
yeah, I'm going to show you how to make the miso dressing for the salad.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. All
Mhm.
right, super. So we'll get to that in a little bit, but just a couple more questions off the top of my head. You know, speaking of the Okinawan diet, like anything you want to say around longevity? Again, like you said, I mean, people might have the misimpression that they're vegan. They're not, but they eat way
Mhm.
more vegetables than the average person, especially here in the States, a
Mhm.
lot of us. So maybe just something about, even like, I love that concept of eating less. I forget, there's a Japanese word for that,
Yeah,
right?
hara hachibu. Yeah,
Mm.
eat 80%.
I love that.
Yes, because we learn these things at school for the school lunch when we eat. So we all know about the hara hachibu.
Ah,
Yes, so I think that is a good point for the, healthy eating habits. And we learned also chewing a lot, chewing a lot.
oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. I didn't realize that that was just like a part of Japanese culture. I know that I studied with Michio Kushi,
Uh-huh.
and he really brought like the whole health movement here to the United States many years
Mhm.
ago. And he talked about the importance of chewing like 20, 30 times a mouthful.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yes, that's right. And we learned these small tips at our lunchtime at school. So,
Okay. And
uh-huh. Mhm.
wonderful. And I know a big part of the Okinawan diet is also, besides rice as the starch, I've heard they also use the purple sweet potato, which have become popular.
Yeah, so Okinawa is not a main island. It's kind of far from the main island. So they have a kind of different, lifestyle, and they have different food culture. So, but they like eat purple yam. So the color purple has nutrient in it. So it's also good for us.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
So getting that rainbow of colors in our
Yeah.
diet. And,
Mhm.
you know, one could also say even different aromas in our cooking. And I know that you are also an aromatherapist. You
Uh-huh.
have studied aromatherapy. And I just want to say, like, you know, it's so good to involve kids in the cooking, getting them away from the iPads and having that sensory experience of not only touching and tasting the food, but even smelling those beneficial aromas like lemon and rosemary. I'm sure you can tell us more about.
Yes, like the rosemary, it has a lot of antioxidant, and also it's good for our circulations. Even even we just smell it, yeah, it helps our circulation.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it
wonderful. And isn't lemon is uplifting as well, right?
yes, lemon has uplifting. Also, it's clean our bloodstream. So
Cleaning our
yeah,
bloodstream. Okay, that's
yes.
great. So yeah, these are purifying for the blood.
Yes,
Probably helpful.
it's a good
Yes.
detoxification. Yes, detox. Mhm.
Yeah, and I've seen even a little bit of a trend where people will add things in their cooking. Like, I don't know about that, but some say you can use maybe just only, you know, with the right guidance, I guess, but like a drop or two of some essential oils to recipes, or at least using
Mhm,
herbs. That's probably a little bit more safe for the average person, is like chopping up lavender
mhm.
flowers and adding them to a cookie or something.
Yes, uh, as an aromatherapist, uh, I don't suggest using the essential oil in the cooking. So I like to add more herbs and also spices in my cooking.
Mm,
Yeah.
there we go. So
Mm-hmm.
just, yeah, getting those herbs and spices. And I know at the time
Mm-hmm.
of recording this video, Thanksgiving's coming up. So a lot of those herbs people be
Yeah.
using, you know, with sauces and dressings and things like
Mm-hmm.
the rosemary, thyme,
Yeah.
which I guess thyme and oregano also have those antiviral properties, which can't hurt these days.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Oregano is very good herbs. I like that. Also, thyme has a strong antimicrobial properties.
Oh,
So yes. So
wonderful. Okay.
mhm.
So, how about 3 tips for people to be able to cook healthy meals these days? And so many of us are home, you know, and cooking more.
Oh yeah. As we talked about, add more color, like eat rainbow. Yeah, more green, more red, something dark color, and also add more herbs and spices. And maybe to be simple, I don't cook special meal for my kids. I just steam vegetables and I, you know, dip in the dressing or something easy. Mhm.
I love that. Keep it simple. You know, a lot of us get caught up that it has to be fancy. We look see these
Mhm.
things on Instagram that are so elaborate, and then, you know, it takes too much time and energy. We should just kind of keep it simple day to day. And
Yes, I think that's a good point too, because we have to cook every day, we have to eat every day. So to be
yeah.
simple is the best point, I guess. Mhm.
Exactly. And even like your seasonings that you mentioned, you know, the miso and the soy sauce and the sea salt. Even if someone doesn't know herbs, if we have those basic ingredients, that helps to bring out the natural flavor of, you know, different vegetables and ingredients. So wonderful.
Yes. So just sprinkle, dry herbs, yeah, for the steamed vegetables. It's good enough, I think.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Wonderful. Now, how about your very early, like when you first learned to cook? I think you were saying that growing up in Japan, you grew up in a single family household, a single parent household. So that,
Uh-huh. Yeah, I learned from my mom, most of the recipes I learned from my mom. Hmm.
oh, it's
Yeah.
wonderful. So she was your first teacher.
Yes, and she was a good cook too.
Oh, that's great that you learned that. And I think that's so important for kids to be welcome in the kitchen. You know, I know as moms,
Yes.
sometimes it's easier to just like, okay, you go play in the other room because it's I'm working in here, you know, and sometimes we do need to concentrate, but other times it's nice to make kids feel welcome and that it's a,
Yeah.
you know, okay
Uh-huh.
for them to help, right?
Yeah, because my son, he started chopping with his small knife when he was 1.
Oh, when he was 1.
Yeah, he started chopping the banana with his small knife. I remember the
That
day.
is so cute. And do your boys, you have 2 sons, right?
Yes, one is in college and one
Oh,
is in high school.
oh, wow.
And
And
they like cooking.
that was going to be my next question. So they like
Yeah.
cooking now. That's great.
Yes. Mhm.
Wow. And they cook kind of your style, or they sort of develop their own style, or
Yes, they develop their own style.
yeah.
They learn more like YouTube more than from me.
Oh, funny, right? We can learn a lot from YouTube too. That's right.
Yes. Mhm.
Great. So now how about, I know also part of your journey was you mentioned like when you were pregnant with your oldest son. So
Mhm.
how did that change did that open up any um, thoughts or about health and children and wanting to help other moms?
Oh yeah. So when I was pregnant, the first son, I thought, so eating habit is not only for me, it's for my baby in my tummy. So I tried to eat more healthier. And then after I have baby, it's hard to say, but uh, I tried. not give him too much sweets when he was little. But if we play date with his friends, other mom gave him a treat, like very sweet cookies and something like that. So I thought we even I tried to be healthy at home. He learned many things from outside. So I thought I need to involve other moms. Mm.
Oh,
And yeah, and we get together and I invite teacher or speaker to my place and we learned about the food together. Mm.
that's wonderful. So you really extended that into your community and your the moms of your son's friends or yes, yeah, friends
Mm.
to
Yeah,
get them to start learning some different healthy recipes. That's wonderful.
yes, and I need to do that.
That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah,
Mhm.
because I imagine it was kind of like culture shock. I don't know how old you were when you moved from Japan to the States to kind of see the difference in, you know.
Yes, because I moved to United States 20 years ago, and at the time, uh, my son went to the preschool, and at the time, they have a McDonald party at preschool. For somebody's birthday party, parents buy the kids meal for each student and celebrate their birthday. And it was kind of culture shock for me.
Right, right. So there was a McDonald's right near the preschool, and that's where they had the
Uh-huh.
birthday parties. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say McDonald's is bad, but so my son learned hamburgers, French fries from school, and also he learned many, tasty snacks from school.
Interesting. So you kind of had that both things going on, but I know from raising my daughter, I guess, you don't really push things, you just sort of feed them a certain way at home. And then it
Yeah.
almost naturally happens when you're not like strict about it and you let them have other foods that they kind of gravitate toward the natural, healthy things, right?
Yes, that's right. I don't want to say no, no, no. I don't want to be strict. So, but I try to choose something good.
Yeah.
Something better. I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I know my daughter started, taking those little sea snacks, the little nori snacks to school, and she started to trend like her friends and moms were, like asking where to buy them. It was so cute to see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Mhm.
Okay, well, without further ado, let's see what you are going to be making today. I'd love to see this recipe. So,
Oh, it's very easy. I'm going to show you how to make the dressing with using miso. By the way, this is my homemade miso.
wow, that's awesome. And for people who are going to be listening to the audio only, I can just sort of help to narrate what's being shown here. But yeah, there's like a big jar there. It's like a, big jar full of like brown miso. Is that soybean miso?
Yeah, soybean miso, also a little bit rice koji, rice in it.
Right, great, awesome.
Yeah.
And we're so fortunate. I want to give like a little heads up that Rieko is going to be teaching some classes for Natural Kitchen Cooking School. So we'll let you guys know about that. But, that involve miso. Some of her recipes are going to be featured that involve miso. So, all right, you go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Okay,
Ingredients are.
okay, let me move my camera like
Yeah,
this. Is it good? Can you
perfect. Yep,
see?
there we go.
Okay. This is very easy recipe. So just miso and this is apple cider vinegar. You can use any kind of vinegar like rice vinegar or wine vinegar. And I like to use maple for the sweetener. And then also I need a little bit oils. And today I use sesame oil. Mm. But you could use olive oil or canola, whatever you like. Okay, so it's very easy. So 3 tablespoons of miso, 3 tablespoons of vinegar, also 3 tablespoons of oil and maple, and dilute with water. Okay,
Well, that's great.
and
So just 3 tablespoons of everything. That's easy to remember. 3 tablespoons of miso, 3 tablespoons of vinegar, 3 tablespoons of oil, and 3 tablespoons of syrup, maple syrup.
Yes. So yeah, everything is one. I mean, 3 tablespoons. Okay. Let me see. Okay. But each miso has different taste. Some miso is very salty and some is very sweet. So just mix 3 tablespoons each. And if it's too sweet, add more vinegar. And if it's too salty, dilute more. So adjust with your favorite taste. And 3.
That's great. You're right. I've even seen advertised like sweet white miso. It's like a lighter colored miso that has that like more sweet flavor because I guess it's fermented less time or with less salt.
Yes, that's right. Add more koji in it.
Oh.
Mm.
And that's interesting that koji is the same starter they use to make like that amasaki that I'm so enchanted with. And I can't find in stores anywhere. We're going to have to do an amasaki class.
Oh, it's easy to make. I'm going to show you sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, I made it
Yes.
before a long time ago, I think at the Kuchi Institute, but these days
Uh-huh.
I didn't have the time.
Yeah. So we can use this amazaki as a sweetener also. And just mix. It's very easy. And it's very rich dressing. So I just want to add some more water to dilute.
Ah, okay. So that was probably about what, like a quarter cup of water or a half cup?
Yes, maybe 3 tablespoons. It's
Oh,
up to you.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that must smell so amazing.
Mhm. So yeah, it's done. It's very easy. Just
Oh,
mix. Okay.
that's great. And then you store that like in a glass jar, and that will keep how long?
Oh, it's keep quite long, like 2 weeks, about a month in the refrigerator.
Oh, great. And what can you put that on? Like, can you put that on just like vegetables, bean salads?
Yeah, anything. Like I like uh, use for the Caesar salad instead of the mayo.
Oh, instead of mayo, you're using this for a Caesar salad. That's so creative and interesting. Oh,
Yes, and I sprinkle some nori on the top. That's good.
oh, nice. Now, could you even put this on like a rice salad or like noodles?
Yes, it's good with noodle also.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah,
Well, Rieko, this has been so wonderful just chatting with you about health, your journey as a chef, and thank you
yeah,
so much for being here.
yes. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh my gosh, thank you for being here. And again, I'll be announcing if you follow us on Natural Kitchen Cooking School's website, or if you follow us on our newsletter, when we'll be having these online Zoom classes where you can actually, interact and ask your questions for Rieko and watch her make like 3 different recipes. So that's going to be really fun. So we'll be
Yeah,
announcing that.
yeah. Thank you.
All right, thanks,
You
Rieko, and enjoy the rest of your day.
too. Thank you.
Thank you.